am a Filipino by Carlos P. Romulo. I am a Filipino and the tour of a glorious past, hostage to the uncertain future. As such, I must prove equal to a twofold task: the task of meeting my responsibility to the past, and the task of performing my obligation to the future. I sprung from a hardy race, child many generations removed of ancient Malayan pioneers. Across the centuries, the memory comes rushing back to me, of brown-skinned men putting out to the sea in ships that were as fair as their hearts were stout. Over the sea I see them come, borne upon the bellowing wave and the wishing wind, carried upon the mighty swell of hope, hope in free abundance of new land that was to be their home and their children's forever. This is the land they sought and found, every inch of shore that their eyes first set upon, every hill and mountain that become to them with a green and purple invitation, every mile of rolling plain that their view encompassed, every river and lake that promise a plentiful living, and the fruitfulness of commerce is hallowed spout to me. By the strength of their hearts and hands, by every right of law, human and divine, this land and all the appurtenances thereof, the black and fertile soil, the seas and lakes, and rivers teeming with fish, the forests with their inexhaustible wealth in wildlife and timber, the mountains with their bowels swollen with minerals, the whole of this rich and happy land has been, for centuries without number, the land of my fathers. This land I receive in trust from them, and in trust will pass it to my children, and so on until the world is no more. I am a Filipino. In my blood runs three immortal seed of heroes, seed that flowered down the centuries in deeds of courage and defiance. In my veins yet pulls the same hot blood that sent Lapu-Lapu to battle against the first invader of this land, that never lakandula in the combat against the alien foe, that drove Diego Silang and the Buhoy into rebellion against. That seed is immortal. It is the self-same seed that flowers in the heart of Jose Rizal. That morning in Bagumbayan, when a volley of shots put end to all that was mortal of him and made his spirit deathless forever. The same that flowered in the hearts of Bonifacio in Balintawak, of Gregorio del Pilar at Tirad Pass, of Antonio Luna at Calumpit. That bloom of flowers of prostration in the seed heart of Emilio Aguinaldo at Palanan, and yet burst forth royally again in the proud heart of Manuel L. Quezon, when he stood at last on the threshold of ancient Malacañang Palace, the symbolic act of position and racial vindication. The seed I bear within me is an immortal seed. It is the mark of my manhood, the symbol of dignity as a human being. Like the seeds that were once buried in the tomb of Tutankhamen many thousand years ago, it shall grow and flower and bear fruit again. It is the insignia of my race, and my generation is but a stage in the unending search of my people for freedom and happiness. I am a Filipino, child of the marriage of the East and the West. The East with its languor and mysticism, its passivity and endurance was my mother, and my sire was the West that came thundering across the seas with the cross and sword and the machine. I am the East, an eager participant in its spirit and its struggles for liberation for the imperialistic yoke. But I also know that East must awake from that century sleep, shake off the lethargy that has bound his limbs, and start moving with where destiny awaits. For I too am of the West, and the vigorous peoples of the West have destroyed forever the peace and quiet that once were ours. I can no longer live a being part of those whose world now trembles to the roar of bomb and cannon shot. I cannot say of a matter of universal life and death, of freedom and slavery for all mankind. It is concerned me not, for no man and no nation is an island, but a part of the main. There is no longer any East and West, only individuals, and nations making those momentous choices which are hills upon which history resolves. At the vanguard of progress in the part of the world I stand, of a forlorn figure in the eyes of some, but not one defeated and lost. For through the thick interlacing branches of habit and custom above me, I have seen the light of the sun, and I know that it's good. I have seen the light of justice and equality and freedom. My heart has been lifted by the vision of democracy, and I shall not rest until my land and my people shall have been blessed by this, beyond the power of any man or nation to subvert or destroy. I am a Filipino, and this is my inheritance. What pledge shall I give that many power worthy of my inheritance? I shall give the pledge that has come ringing down the corridors of the centuries, and it shall be compounded of the joyous cries of my Malayan forebears when first they saw the contours of this land loom before their eyes, of the battle cries that have resounded in every field of combat from Mactan to Tirad Pass, of the voices of my people when they sing. Land of the morning, child of the sun returning, near shall invaders trample thy sacred shore. Out of the lush green of these 7,000 isles, Out of this heartstring of 16 million people all vibrating to the one song, I shall weave the mighty fabric of my pledge. Out of the songs of my farmers and sunrise when they go to the labor in the fields. Out of the sweat of the hard-beaten pioneers in Mali and Coronadal, out of the silent endurance of stevedores and the peers and the ominous tumbling of peasants in Pampanga. Out of the first cries of babies newly born and the lullabies the mothers sing, out of the crashing of gears and the wind of turbines in the factories, out of the crowns of plowshares uproaring the earth, out of the limitless patience of teachers in the classrooms and doctors in the clinics, out of the tramp of soldiers and marching, I shall make the pattern of my pledge. I am a Filipino born to freedom, and I shall not rest until freedom shall have been added unto my inheritance for myself and my children and my children's children forever. I am a Filipino by Carlos Romulo.
The lessons that I've learned in this piece is that we should be proud of being a Filipino. We are the product of the sacrifices of our ancestors. We should be proud of being a Filipino because we are a fighter. We fight for what is right. We fight for our family. This country is full of mysteries, full of stories that we should be proud of. And we should be proud of being a Filipino because our blood runs the immortal seeds of heroes, a seed that has courage and defiance. The symbol of dignity runs in our blood. We should be proud of being a Filipino, and we should take responsibility for our country. It bows our chance and responsibility to take care of these blessings, which is our country, do everything to make it better for the future Filipino.